We are telling a story this morning. It's a Scottish folktale. And we're going to tell it kind of pick-up pageant style, which means that the actors involved don't know that they're involved yet, because we're going to... It's a very dramatic story. Happy Halloween. Yeah, it's a ghost, I hear. Yeah. Oh, okay, so we need some characters for this story, and I'm going to ask if anyone here might be willing to be a butcher. Is there a butcher out there? So as I call forward, just raise your hand and come see Lynn. She's going to help you get ready to be in this story. So come on forward. You're going to come forward. You're going to find a seat up front. And don't worry, I'll just guide you through the story, so you don't need to know anything, no experience required. We need a couple of cockerels, a chicken and a rooster.
Can be a man.
Yeah, the rooster, let's see, where's Barry? Barry, weren't you going to be the rooster? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, okay, we've got him. Yeah, good. And good, right up here, perfect. Excellent. We need a donkey and a cow. Come on up. We could use a crab, and we could use some villagers if you want. If we need extra parts, just come on forward and we'll find a role for you. Okay, who is this?
Gather we now into this time and space when the wheel turns and the veil shatters. Gather we now to remember, to grieve, to prophecy, to complete our harvests before the long dark begins. Gather we now to tell the old stories and sing the old songs as we have always been, leaning in and listening for the voices of the eternal. Gather we now as we have always done, united by story and bound by love. Words from Andrea Kemper. This morning our entire service is a story, an ancient Celtic tale. We are invited into this moment marked around the world by Halloween, All Souls Day, Dia de los Muertos, Samhain, a time when the veils between the worlds are thinnest, when the dead and death can feel especially close. Together we enter the long dark. In this season we may remember, we may grieve, we may celebrate, and may we listen for the voices of the eternal.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack. Jack lived in a cottage by the sea. Here's his cottage up here with his mother. Jack and his mother, they kept a small farm with chickens. A couple of chickens. There's one of them. A rooster. And they had a donkey too. Very good, excellent. And they stayed outside the cottage over by the hay and animals. So some days it was Jack's job to come and cut hay for the donkeys. So he would come and cut hay. Well, Jack's job. Oh no, the cows aren't here yet. The cows aren't here yet. And other days he brought eggs from the hens. And he would take them to the village over there somewhere. And other days, he would come and chop wood. Thanks, Jack. When there was no hay to collect, or eggs to take to the village, or wood to chop, Jack would spend most of his time walking by the sea. Jack loved nothing more than to simply walk by the seashore. He'd collect things that came in with the tide, old cans, pieces of driftwood, little knickknacks that had been flung off a boat. He loved to roam up and down the beach, combing for any treasures he could find. Now, Jack dearly loved his mother. Jack dearly loved his mother, and for the most part, they lived quite happily together. Until one particular day, right at this time of year, just before All Hallows Eve. Jack always used to get up in the morning early and make a pot of tea. And each morning he would take a cup of tea to his mother in bed. One particular morning, he rose early because he wanted to catch the incoming tide to see what it would bring in for him. He brought that cup of tea into his mother, but that morning she said to him, "Son, I don't want any tea. I'm really not feeling very well. I don't think I can even drink a cup if you gave it to me." "Oh, Mother," he said, "just try to take a wee sip. Just a wee sip." He leaned over the bed, held the cup to his mother's mouth, and tried to get her to take a sip. She took 2 sips. And then, "That's enough, laddie. I really don't feel well." "What's wrong, Mother?" he asked. "Are you in pain?" "Well, yes and no, Jack. I don't know what's wrong with me," she said. "I'm an ill woman, Jack, and you're a young man, and I can't go on forever." "But Mother," he said, you can't die and leave me by myself. What am I going to do? I have no friends or anybody in this world but you, Mother. You can't die and leave me." "Jack, I think I'm not long for this world," she said. "In fact, I think he'll be coming for me some of these days soon." "What do you mean? Who's coming for you, Mother?" She said, "Jack, you know who he is. Between me and you, we don't share any secrets. I'm an old woman and I'm going to die. Death's coming for me, Jack. I can see it in my mind." This was very distressing to Jack. He did go that day and walk along the seashore. And as he walked in the gray, early dark of the morning, he couldn't stop thinking about death coming for his mother. Jack walked along the shore, and lo and behold, the first thing he saw come out walking up along the beach was an old man with skinny legs and a ragged gray coat over his back, holding a scythe. His 2 eyes were sunk back into his skull, and he was the most ugly-looking creature that Jack had ever seen in his life. But in his hand he held that brand new scythe, and it was shining in the light of the morning. And as he walked, the old man sang an eerie, haunting tune.
Come out, Genie. Come out, Genie. Come out and see your sister. Come out, Genie. Come out and see your mother. Come out, Genie. Come out and see your brother. Come out. Come
with it. So Jack ran up to the old man. He said, I don't know who you are. I know who you are, rather. I know you're Dad. You come to take my old mother, to kill her and take her away and leave me alone. Well, Jack said, it's natural. Your mother, she's an old woman. Just let me explain here, Jack. She's reached a certain age, and it won't be doing her any harm. It'll actually be doing her a good turn. She's suffering and in pain. You're not taking her, said Jack, and he ran forward. He grabbed the scythe out of the old man's hand. He tossed it into the sea. And then Jack drove on top of him. He got a hold of him. With all the fury and grief that was welling up in the throat of his arm, Jack pounded his fists against Death. Gently. Jack struggled him again and again. Lo and behold, a funny thing happened. The more Jack beat Death, the smaller he got. Jack beat him, and he didn't bleed. He just got smaller and smaller. He got so small that Jack could hold him in the palm of his hand. But then Jack thought to himself, what in the world am I going to do with him? But just then he saw something that washed up along the beach, up by the driftwood. It was the shell of a nut. Now, a hole in it, where a squirrel must have gnawed through, and he took Death, and he was so small he could shove him right up into the nut. Take a little bit of sand from the beach and plug it tight. Now, he said, Death, you'll never get my mother. And he took the nut and he threw it out into the sea. Heavy waves crashed. Jack watched the wee nut go sailing and land with a little plop into the sea. That's it, Jack said. That's the end of Jack. She'll never bother my mother again, or nobody else, for that matter.
When Death was trapped, there was a great feeling of stillness in the world. Even the animals were still. Even the waves were still. Let us be with this stillness for a moment. Let the stillness come into your body. Let the stillness come into your shoulders and down into your feet. Let your belly be soft. Let your breathing be soft. Let there be stillness and softness within you. In this community of care, we hold and witness one another through the seasons of our lives. In this time of stillness, may our sanctuary hold whatever it is on your heart today. A few words from Mary Oliver, her poem In Blackwater Woods. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light, giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the pond. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have learned in my lifetime leads back to this. The fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things. To love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes, to let it go. From the front window of our house on Elmwood Street, I have watched the leaves turn from green to yellow and orange to rust red on the trees in our front yard. Now more leaves scatter the ground than hang to the tree, and their colors are quickly fading. Of course, the fir tree needs no reminder to love the sun when it shines. The red cedar needs no prompting for roots to grip what is fertile and richly dark. The oak and the maple need no direction when to cast off, when to let their tender leaves fall. They just know. It is us, with bank accounts and schedules and bus tickets and sinks full of dishes, who need the poet's reminder, who come into this place to remember. To love what is mortal, children, parents, siblings, grandparents, dogs, elephants, roses, apples, friends, lovers, sparrows, our own beating heart. To hold against our bones a warm cup, a wool sweater around the shoulders, a knowing smile from someone we love, a tender story, a secret worth keeping, a peaceful moment alone. And when the time comes to let it go, last week, library books, mistakes, money, judgment, anger, fear. Let it go. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love, to depend, and to let go.
When Jack came back up to the cottage, he found his mom up and about in the kitchen, no longer looking sick at all. In fact, she was just pulling some fresh scones out of the oven. "Oh, Jack," she said, "I don't know what happened to me, but I was lying there for a minute in pain and torture, and all of a sudden I felt like someone had come and rubbed all the pains and took everything out of my body and made me, I feel like a lassie again." And she handed Jack a scone. Jack was so relieved to see his mom up and about, he took the little scone and ate it up in 2 bites. "Oh, isn't there anything else to eat, Mother?" he said. "Oh, well, that was the last bit of flour for the little scones, Jack. Why don't you go out and fetch some eggs, and I'll make you a couple of eggs." So Jack went out of the house, and he came back. Like he always wins. There were 4 eggs, beautiful brown eggs. "Here you go, Mother, 2 for you and 2 for me." "Perfect, Jack, it won't be more than a minute," she said. And she pulled out the frying pan and put it on the stove with a pat of butter to melt. But it was the strangest thing. The butter wouldn't melt. She got Jack to put more sticks on the fire, tried to get it hotter and hotter, but no matter how hot, the butter wouldn't melt. "But no matter, Mother," Jack said, "just put the eggs in and they'll still cook, okay?" So Jack took the egg, she tapped it on the side of the pan, but it didn't crack. She tried a bit harder, cracked it. With his big, strong hand, he brought it down, clank on the side of the pan. Nothing. Jack looked down at the egg in shock. He found a stone. He tried smashing it against the stone. Nothing. They tried new eggs. They tried boiling them first. Nothing they could do to get those eggs to crack. Finally, Jack's mother said, "Oh, it's fine, Jack. Why don't you go get some vegetables from the garden? I'll make soup." So Jack went out to the garden, gathered the vegetables. Oh, some carrots, a couple of leeks, parsley, a turnip. You gotta have a neat when you're in Scotland. She washed the vegetables, Jack's mother, and put them in a pot. Put a pot on to boil. She took the vegetables and put them out on her cutting board. She took her knife and began to cut the carrots. But as soon as the blade touched the carrot, it slid right off. She tried the leek and the turnip. Same thing. The blade must be dull, said Jack. He went out a sharpening stone and tried to sharpen it. He handed the sharp knife back to his mother, but when she tried again, the same thing happened. Jack said, these vegetables must be frozen solid. But Mother, there's been no frost. How in the world could this be happening? Well, Jack, she said, you know, we've had an awful lot of cockerels, especially big ones here. Why don't you go to the shed and get that rooster and bring it snack? Bring it in, I'll boil it for you. So Jack went out and ran out the rooster. He pulled and snapped nice and hard, but nothing happened. He grabbed that head and swung it round and round. Oh, the cockerel just kept on squawking. He brought it inside. Mother, something is wrong. I just can't kill it. Well, give it here, Jack. She whacked it right on the neck of the axe. Its head popped off and then popped right back on. Again, no matter what they tried, that cockerel just wouldn't die. Something is wrong, Jack, said his mother. Something is terribly wrong. Here, take this coin and go into town and get a little meat from the butcher, and at least we'll have something to eat for today. So Jack walked the short way down from the cottage. The cottage people have to disappear. All the animals have to disappear. We're going to enter the village. Now, when he arrived, he found the villagers. Here they are. The villagers gathered in the town square, and they were all chatting. There was a gardener, there was a butcher, too. Where's that butcher? Oh, right there. They were chatting, and it seemed that everyone was talking about, at once, the gardener was talking about just how the caterpillars had been overrunning her garden. She had sprayed and sprayed, but it did no good. The butcher was out with the cows. He had 2 cows with him. Said 3 times this morning I tried to kill these cows. 3 times they jumped right back on their feet. I don't know what's wrong. The village is running out of meat. I wrung the necks of 10 chickens, and every time the head popped right back on. Jack approached the butcher with his coin, asked if he could have a little bit of meat to bring back to his mom. Jack, the butcher said, there's no meat in the shop. Didn't you hear what I was saying? This morning I tried to slaughter the cows to feed the village, but I just can't kill them. The same thing happened to me, said Jack. And he explained about the eggs and the vegetables and the cockerel. We must be in some kind of trouble. Is this happening in other places? Oh, I just had word from the next village, 2 miles up, that the same thing happening to them. Everyone there is hungry too. They can't even eat their apples when they try to bite. Their teeth just bounce off. Nothing will melt. Nothing will break. Nothing will cut. Nothing will cook. The whole world has come to a standstill. Something's gone terribly wrong and nothing will die, Jack. Now, Jack had a thought just then that you might have had already. Jack realized that perhaps all of this was his fault. I caused this, Jack thought to himself, because of what I did to Death. He ran home, feeling full of guilt at all the awful trouble that he had caused. Thank you, villagers. When he got home, he cried, "I couldn't bring any meat to you, Mother." Why ever not?" said Jack. "Why ever not?" she asked. "Because the butcher, he couldn't kill the cow to make any beef. He tried, but wouldn't die." "Wouldn't die? Why in the world not? What is going on in the world?" she asked. "Oh, Mother, it's all my fault," said Jack. "Your fault?" "Yes, it's all my fault. Listen, Mother. This morning when you weren't feeling very well, I walked along the shore to gather some sticks for the fire. And I met Death coming to take you away. And I took his scythe and I flung it into the sea. I gave him a beating, Mother, and I stuffed him into a nut. And I flung him into the tide and I plugged the nut so he couldn't get out. And God knows where he is now. He's floating in the sea, Mother, forever and ever and ever. Nothing will die. The world is overrun with caterpillars and worms and everything. Mother, nothing can die. Mother, I would rather die of starvation than lose you." "Jack. Oh, Jack, Jack, laddie," she said. "Do you know what you've done? You've destroyed the thing that keeps the world alive." Jack was shocked. "What do you mean, keeps the world alive? If I hadn't trapped him, he would have come for you and you would be dead." "I would be dead, Jack, probably so. But the other people, they would be getting food and the world would be going on the way it should be if it wasn't for what you've done, Jack." "But Mother, what am I going to do?" "Jack, you've got to do the only thing you can do. You have to go find Death and set him free. Because if you don't, you're going to put the whole world to a standstill. Without Death, there is no life for nobody." "But Mother," he said, "if he's free, he'll come for you." "Well, Jack, if he comes for me," she said, "I know that it will be my time to go. I don't want to go and leave you without me. Your uncle in the village will care for you well. You're almost a man grown. I'm not saying that I'm not scared to die. I am. But I'm grateful for the life that I've lived. And if it's my time to go and make room for a new life, there's nothing can be done about it. Yes, I'll have to die, Jack, but you'll be alive, and so will the rest of the world." "But Mother," said Jack again, "I couldn't live without you." "Come with me, Jack," she said, and she led him out along the bluff at the edge of the cottage, overlooking the sea. She said, "Do you see those waves, Jack? Every time that I watch the waves, I think about your father. You never met him, Jack, but I loved him every bit as much as you love me. When I heard the news that his ship had sunk at sea, I thought there was no way I could live without him. I thought that my grief was as big as the ocean, and it would swallow me up, just as the true ocean had swallowed him. That is what it feels like when someone you love dies, Jack. I know, but you know, most of the time, the tide comes in just one wave at a time. The waves can be shocking in their bitter cold, ceaseless in their salty sadness, even angry in their roar and crash. But then sometimes, Jack, a beautiful memory will drift in on the gentler surf. And that same ocean that seems to threaten to drown me brings sweet trinkets of remembrance. His laugh, the smell of his sea-washed coat hanging by the door, the way he smiled when we knew you were on the way, Jack. Of course it won't be easy, But what I know is this: it all comes from the same seed. The sorrow, the love, the tears, the joy, life and death, Jack. We cannot have one without the other. And so it was that Jack set off along the beach to set aside his fear, to serve a purpose, a need greater than his own, to search for the nut that held Jack captive, to try to set it free. So Jack wandered up and down that seashore, as he always had done, combing the beach. But now he ignored all those random bits of flotsam that he always would be interested in, and instead sought only that small shell of a nut. For 3 days, Jack wandered, as the world was paralyzed in a shocking stillness. He walked and walked, day and night. He walked further than he had ever walked before, but he couldn't find the nut. The second day, he did find Death's side, washed up against the rock, but still no nut. He walked until he was completely exhausted and felt as though he could not walk another step. He collapsed in a heap on the seashore. He was right back in front of his own cottage, and he thought to himself, "What have I done? I have ruined the world." But just then he looked down past his toes and saw, just almost at his feet, a little brown nut. He couldn't hardly believe it. He reached down and picked it up, and yes, there it was, the very same nut. He opened the nut, and out popped Death. There he was, standing before him, an old man with a long gray beard, skinny legs, and a ragged gray coat over his back. They looked at each other, the boy and the man who had come to take his mother away. With tears in his eyes, Jack handed Death the side. Death nodded at Jack then, with understanding and perhaps even a bit of kindness in his eyes. And then he began to sing.
Come out, genie. Come out, genie. Come out and see your sister. Come out and see your mother. Come out, genie. Come out, genie. Come out and see your brother. Come out and see your sister. Come out and see your mother. Come out, genie.
Jack watched as they turned toward the sea and began to walk slowly out into the ebbing tide. Jack gazed out at the sea for a long time that day. His heart was broken and yet somehow whole all at the same time. He was sadder than he could have possibly imagined, but he also knew deep down that this is how things must be. And that day, the butcher was finally able to provide meat to the village. Eggs cracked open, vegetables cut and boiled. Death returned, and stillness broke, and life continued on.